But yes, hello chat, hello. And I still haven't got my stream. My phone, I need to turn the power mode off so if phone just doesn't randomly turn off. But hello chat, hello. How are you guys doing? Hello. So today we are finishing the the first trial of Turnabout Succession that we started on Friday. We started Turnabout Succession from the Apollo Justice trilogy. Turnabout Succession being the final case in the first Apollo Justice game, and then in a few weeks we'll be starting Dual Destinies as well, and then we'll also be starting Great Ace Attorney Resolve, which is the second and final game in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So we'll be starting that in a few weeks. I want to do a few weeks of just like me doing catching up on a few games. Like I want to stream on Oswald. I want to do a sim stream because we haven't done a sim. I was playing Sims earlier actually, and I was looking like, oh, when was the last time I played in my stream save file? It was like at the end of January, pretty much. So yeah, we're overdue for a sim stream considering it's now April. I mean, I have been uploading some sim stuff onto YouTube, but I've just not been streaming it. And it's been in my some of my other save files. Like I uploaded a Sims 4 video yesterday. I've been posting them. I think I recorded some of her Sim stuff as well. I've been, not gonna lie, I've been mainly uploading Dark Deception Monsters and Mortal stuff, and those have been getting decent views, except for my stream the other day is probably from Monday. It's probably my lowest viewed Dark Deception Monsters and Mortals video. And it's probably not actually. Oh my! I uploaded a Garmadon edit last week, and it's gotten 200 views. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. But yeah. So what was I gonna say? But I've been uploading some a ton of Dark Deception Monsters and Mortal stuff. I've been really enjoying playing that. Even if I don't stream it, I will upload that. And I've been uploading semi consistently on YouTube. I used to upload consistently, obviously, because I had to upload the VODs. But I used to still upload consistently because I would upload the streams. But I guess the correct word would be more frequently, rather than I would upload more frequently now than I used to do. I used to only upload twice a week, and now I upload a ton a week. Even if I don't upload a proper video, a stream or a no commentary video or whatever, I will at least upload a short. So I upload I want to say on average 14 times a week, because it's a short a day, and then it's a normal video, a normal video as well, whether that be a stream compilation or an edit, or a stream VOD, or whatever. Oh yeah. I have a few other stuff scheduled for the next few weeks. For next Friday. Not in terms of streaming, but in terms of YouTube. I have the March clip compilation coming out next week. And then I have when I stream Crab Game, I'm re-uploading that bit from that stream. And that will be going out week after on the 19th. The reason I'm putting up the Crab Game stream as its own separate thing is because what if people only want to view my Crab Game stream? but obviously I only want to view that part of the stream, they can go and do that instead of having to, you know, watch that and then like just close out of the video, close out of the VOD when I move over to Terraria. So yeah, I'll probably re-upload that Terraria, re-upload the Terraria and the Sims part of that stream eventually. But yeah, so anyways guys, this is gonna be like a shorter stream because I can see on the I can see on like this part of the, this is quite a short part of the trial actually. I don't know how short it would be for the trial. I'm looking on a walkthrough, and the first part of the first half of the trial that we did on Friday was the longer part. We had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 cross-examinations for that, and for this one we only have 1 cross-examination. So yeah, this might be a short stream, maybe like an hour. It'll probably be less than 2 hours this stream, but I don't want to start the next trial as of yet. I want to put the next trial as its own. I want to stream the next trial as its own stream, kind of. Because the next trial, from what I can see, is where we play as Phoenix. Because this I put it in the Instagram post earlier, where I said, I'm streaming later on my like stream. Why I was basically announcing that I'm streaming at 7:30 today, saying like, I'm continuing Apollo Justice, whatever. I said that we were kind of like looking into Phoenix's final trial, which we will be playing as Phoenix next Friday, and it'll be his last, going into his last trial before he got disbarred. So yeah, that one should be a fun stream. And then I think our longest part would be and then the longest part that we have is the investigation that we will do next Sunday. I think that's the longest part. It looks like the longest part anyways, but I don't know. I think this will actually be quite a lot, actually. Quite a long part. How long was the investigation actually? Oh, the first investigation wasn't that long, but we got a much longer. We'll have a much longer. We've got a much longer investigation for next week. That's what I'm trying to say, and we have a quite short trial for next week. So yeah, we have a quite short trial, but we've got quite a long investigation. And then today we have I'm saying this as if you can see this. See this walkthrough that I can kind of brought up. I'm gonna switch to. I'm gonna change the capture real quick, so you guys can see. So you guys can see this. So this is what I'm seeing right by now. This is the walkthrough I typically use. So this is the trial that we are playing through today. It's quite short, as you can see. Oh wait, no, this is not the one. This is 7 years ago. This is Phoenix's trial. Never mind, that's not the one we're playing. This is the one we're playing today. But this is quite short. Yeah, we've got 1 cross-examination. Talk about forged evidence. And yeah, and in comparison, this is what we did on Friday. This is the trial we did on Friday. And then that's the investigation. You can see that's like, this is what we did on Those are the locations we went to and the stuff we did on Friday. And then next week we have this trial part 1. And as you can see, defense attorney, Phoenix. We play as Phoenix, I'm pretty sure. Then we've got trial part 2. And then on Sunday, we have this meaty thing, this meaty investigation, which is going to be a lot. But we'll go back to Wright & Co. when it was called Wright & Co. And we get a few, and as you can see, we get a few of the new systems, not the new systems, all the systems that we used in the Phoenix Wright trilogy, such as the Magatama instead of Apollo's bracelet, and we get Cyclops as well for Meekins, who, if you don't know, was introduced in Rise from the Ashes, and we never really heard of him again until, you know, this trial, until, you know, that investigation. And we've got day 3 trial, which I assume, yeah, we've got trial 3. Yeah, we play as Apollo in this one. We've got the bracelet instead of the Magatama. So yeah, this is what we're doing today. That's what we're gonna, and those are what we're going to be doing next week. Let me get up Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, and there we go. Here is Apollo Justice, and I don't want to break my game. I should just delete my window capture and just re-add it when I need. Because I mainly use my window capture for whenever I like want to show you something on Chrome, like a YouTube video or like a trailer or whatever that I want to react to. And I use the game capture on OBS whenever I'm obviously playing a game. So yeah, let's get into this quite short case. Not quite short case, quite short trial. Load game. The trial resumes. And here we are back in the defendant's lobby. Yeah, defendant's lobby number 6. Oh wait, well, what defendant lobby were we in Phoenix Wright? I think we were in. No, we were in courtroom number 3. I think we were in. Were we in 6? In the defendant lobby number 6 in Phoenix Wright. I don't remember. I might have been. I'm not sure. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Mission who was killed wasn't Drew Mission the forger, basically. Huh? Well then, who was it? Well, he was actually Vera. Doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries? Oh yeah, she draws a little. Oh, she does a little drawings. Yes, my father. I thought she was going to draw a smiley face then. I know I was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent. The talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything? And there's a little smiley face. Father was so proud and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. I've never had a good constitution nor personality. Know very little of the world outside of my door. Now, because of me, father is. Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you are already you're already creating your works back then? I started when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right, out of time. Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right, see, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. And so 3 cases we've already done. You know, the 3 cases we're done except for, you know, the first tutorial case. I see. Mr. Justice. Yes? Father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright and Co. law offices. But lately we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was. Who was Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know? Yeah. What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. I'm gonna have a look, not the history. I'm gonna look at the profiles to see if it would work. So Phoenix is 33, and then Drew is 52. So he would have been 19. He's 19 years older than Phoenix. I mean, technically it's possible, but yeah, like Apollo said, probably unlikely. Wait, never mind. I was gonna check. Wait, let me check the court record again. Tracy's 15. Vera is 19. So, she's her age is the same. She's the same age as Phoenix's and Drew's age difference. I don't know if that makes sense. Emma's 25. Fallon is 44. Brushel is 36, and Clavier is 24. I assume same age as Apollo, because I'm assuming that they're both like quite decently new attorneys. You know, but let's just ignore like the really like the like lawyers and like prosecutors and such that became lawyers when they were really young, such as Francisca. Like Phoenix was like 24 when he became a defense attorney. So yeah, I'm assuming they're the same age. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. And now we're back in courtroom number 3. Against Clavier. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Mission forger persona? There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one? Ah, yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it. So, she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. The red envelope. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes, it was in the desk drawer. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Other than a painting? Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. Cross-examining time. Let us save. Let's press this statement. By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point? Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter. None of this sounds very innocent at all. Indeed. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So, these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too. Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work? My first painting soared when I was 12. Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True, yeah, you're here to defend her on the crime of murder, Apollo. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father. Alright. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back at your queen. A moment, her forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera. Why did you receive this stamp? Is something wrong? It was beautiful. Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? I love the little drawings. I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite a close call. So I'm guessing the commemorative stamp she wanted was, I'm guessing it was just the one she has in the little photo frame. Just gonna take a drink. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? It was very pretty, and more than that, yes. It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. Hello. Apparently we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. Magicians, eh? I think we all know who those magicians were. Oh wait, I forgot to go through the evidence. What evidence do we have though? Let's present. Okay, we could either present the Grimmeri envelope or the magic show ticket. I feel like though, the magic show ticket to Grimmeri's show would be more appropriate. Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Apollo, they're now a bunch? I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat Troop Grimmeri. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? Grimmeri. What's with Gavin? May I just ask one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Oh yeah, we haven't really, can I ask why? We haven't really established that, did we? No, answer the question now. Yeah, we haven't really established what she actually made. At least I don't remember anyways. I haven't put anything up on the whiteboard here. Prosecutor Gavin? You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Mr. Misham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book. Like a diary. Clavier, you good? No, I don't know. What's with Clavier? Is Clavier good? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? It looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. Yeah, you always tell us to stop badgering the witnesses. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing? Sullied who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? Daddy? Never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge. Yeah, he won't talk about it. It's a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright, tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence. Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham you to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She stared at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Yeah? What? Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary. Who was it? Yeah, come on, Vera. Vera? Vera? The devil. Is Vera okay? Is Vera okay? Defendant Vera Misham, Condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis: acute atroquinine poisoning. Holy shit! This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Mitchell. Vera Mitchell was during the trial poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colours. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. And this is where we must go to find the whole truth. Oh, should I do the first part of the trial? Thank you for the look, Grumpy. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in, welcome on in. I don't know whether to start the next part. Now. Oh. I know I said I was gonna, you know, I don't know why I said 7 years. The trial from 7 years ago now, because looking at it, it doesn't seem like that long of a trial if we think about it. Ooh, well, the first part of the trial, anyways, it doesn't look too long, because it's like one cross-examination, I think, of the first part. Yeah, it's like one cross-examination. And then we could do. Let's just keep going. Let's just do another part. Why not? Let's just do another part right here. Yeah, let's just keep going. Why not? 7 years ago. Showdown time. Poker. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. I only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why, yes. Over a game of cards. This is getting very interesting. That was how we first met. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright's final trial. This is getting interesting. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Got to try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigma. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. Why couldn't I have just said Enigma? I know how to say I know how to say Enigma. Enigma. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand. I'm asking for the impossible of you. Do we have... Ooh, we have some stuff. We have some evidence already. So we have Phoenix's attorney's badge, which we haven't seen in quite a while. And here is his... This looks so different. This looks so different from the last time we saw it. Well, the last time we saw it in this 3D space, which was in Rise from the Ashes, and we did that quite a while. When did I stream Rise from the Ashes? Actually, it was quite a while ago, honestly, that I streamed the Rise from the Ashes case, because that was the last time we because that was the only time we did the 3D stuff in the Phoenix Wright trilogy, like the 3D 3D examining of evidence in the Phoenix Wright trilogy, because the entirety of the Phoenix Wright trilogy was 2D except for, well, the entirety of it was 2D except for in Rise from the Ashes when it went slightly 3D with the examine, it still had the 2D like sprites, just with like 3D evidence examining, if that makes sense. When did we stream it? When did we stream it? And I realized how much I had so many clips from when I streamed the like Trials and Tribulations. I had quite a few from you know, Stolen Turnabout and no, from Stolen and Bridge, and I think I did a few from Recipe for Turnabout as well. Why not Stolen? What was? Yeah, Stolen was from Trials and Tribulations. For a second there I was thinking it was from. For a second there I was thinking it was from Justice for All, but it wasn't. Okay, so let's see. Where is Justice? Not Justice for All. Rise from the Ashes. I can't believe I streamed Farewell My Turnabout 4 months ago. That Farewell My Turnabout was such a good case. One of my favorites. One of my favorite cases. Let me see. Rise from the Ashes was. We finished Rise from the Ashes 6 months ago. That was a long time ago. Oh my god, that was like September. We finished that in September, guys. That feels like a long time ago. Jesus Christ. And we finished the entirety of the Phoenix Wright trilogy like 3 months ago. But yeah, this looks so different because I remember it. I thought it was just like a pin badge. And then, but we've got like this screw bit here. And then we've got like this serial code number here. And then we've got the dead body with a gunshot wound and the gunshot in this doll thing here. And, you know, a gun. And this guy is no longer hooked up to his IV. So he is probably dead. And then we've got Magnify's autopsy report. So this guy is Magnify Grimere, age 67. So this was the guy. This was the other guy. I'm guessing. Was this guy associated with the Grimere troop or no? Because I know there's 3 people. I know it was. I think it was Trucy's dad, Valiant Grimere. Valiant Grimere and Trucy's dad was definitely in it, and one other person. I can't remember if it was Magnify or not. Estimated time of death, April 13th between 11 and 11:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from bullet wound. No malignant tumor found in victim's liver, so he had liver cancer. Oh wait, people. So we just have Shady Enigma. The client in this case usually goes by his stage name, Zach Grimera. Yeah, this guy. This is I think this is Tracy's dad. And then Magnified Grimera, the victim in this case, died after being shot in the head while in the hospital. I understand that I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Oh, it's baby Juicy! Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Ooh, money, daddy. I'm so glad you came. You okay, daddy? They picking on you? I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. That's young mind to you. So, how would Phoenix would have been, in this case, he would have been, I'm trying to do the math now. He's 33 in present day. So he would be, in this case, he would be 26. So this isn't too long after the end of Trials and Tribulations, actually, because I think he was 24 when, because I think he was 24 in the first game, and I think he was like 25, 26-ish. Like, I think he was like 25, 26-ish in Trials and Tribulations. Because I know in Trials and Tribulations we see obviously in Trials and Tribulations, we also see their profiles, and we also see their ages alongside their profiles. And in Trials and Tribulations, we see Edgeworth's profile and Larry's profile. Larry is 25 and Edgeworth is 26. And Larry, it must have been like literally not too long. Like Edgeworth and Larry must be only a few months apart because Larry, Edgeworth, and Phoenix were all in the same grade. So, yeah. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first show's today after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? Oh, old bye. Huh? Me? Look where I started. Here. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little. What's this? It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least, only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell, magnified Grimere. I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in blue with the spiky hair. This video is really important. What's this? A memo for you or such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it. Somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year. The switching of the attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But, allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They'll not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. Ha 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 ha. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes, isn't that right, Trucy? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake. I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. My client is Shady Enigma, known to the world as Psssttt Grimere, a wildly popular magician star of Grimere. His mentor, Magnified Grimere, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic, until he was shot dead. And Psssttt Grimere is the suspect. Did he have proof though? Does the prosecution have proof? Oh, that's Clavier. I thought he only recently became a prosecutor, but I guess not. Wait, this would mean that he became a prosecutor at 17 though. Holy shit. Why are all the prosecutors becoming prosecutors when they're like teenagers? And not like, and then like all the defense attorneys are like becoming defense attorneys when they're like early mid-20s. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigma. Enigma. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some kind of new crime? What are the worst? This is a trial, yeah? Oh wow, the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts. A Gavner's concert got 10 times the thrill this gig's got. Who were you again? Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started legally, yeah? Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavin's. Figures my bro was more famous in this part of town. Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gavners. Yeah, your league, rock boy. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, your league, rock boy. True, my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. That's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up. Attorney Wright. I'm so used to Clavier calling Apollo her forehead. That is a bit weird for him to say Wright's actual last name. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on this case. tongue, baby. Time to call the opening act. What's his name again? Ah, yes. Detective Gumshoe. Hit it! Ah! It's Gumshoe. Gumshoe's great. And you are... It's Gumshoe. Hey, you're the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? But you normally lack confidence in your testimony. Her detective, this is my stage. Can the antics. Huh? Others, hey Ewan and such. I could care less about your history together. Oh, shut the fuck up, Clavier! I'm just so excited to see him again. I love Gumshoe. One of my favourite characters, honestly. Look at him though. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back, in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi, I can never know how to pronounce his name, Magnifi Gumere, was a famous magician. Famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnify to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. Yes. Now, I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gumere has made quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnify's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A malignant tumor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. When I wait for him to knock on heaven's door, why shoot him? I would never put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot by a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. Witness testimony. Yeah. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, a victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. Defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of luring I didn't even get to read that. Fuck you, Christoph. Fuck you, Christoph. No, that's Clavier. What? Fuck you, Clavier. Christoph hasn't even been prosecuted, so why am I saying fuck you, Christoph, when it's Clavier? No wonder Vera freaked out when she saw his face. Or maybe that was just due to the whatever it's called poisoning. I can't even remember his name. And we literally just said it like a few minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago. Very unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder? I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil isn't in the details, Herr Attorney. Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was. Every night for half an hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnified Gomere, was given an IV. An IV? There it is in the picture off to the side of his bed. At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail, so that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption during his IV. Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. Yeah, come on, dude. Okay, cross-examination time. The start of the Apologistics cross-examinations. So cool. Now I'm going to save. Kind of ordered him to. Indeed. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? How can you be so sure? Hey, you're gonna learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cracking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but still, I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Whoa! Chill! You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. Yeah! Maybe you shouldn't be a detective if you can't grasp that. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, maybe you should just go back to being regular old Dick Gumshoe, you know? We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright? As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. The photo, maybe there's something in there I can use. So it's saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly Mr. Enigma shot something else. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal! That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. What? And you can prove that with this photo? Oh, add in 5 minutes, everyone. Add in 5. I can prove he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Let's see what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? We said this earlier, but he shot the clown's forehead. The clown doll? Take a closer look, see? He's been shot in the forehead too. There's a hole in his forehead. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim. And I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll. He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. His forehead? Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You shoot one shot square in the forehead, which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter. I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. Perhaps he did have to shoot the forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. The bullet hole in the clown's doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. Okay, I'm going to start the ad right now. And then when we come back, we will get back to acing and attorneying. So yeah, ad time. 1 minute ad. 1 minute ad. Only 1 minute. Come on, ad. I'm done. Hurry up, ad. There we go. Yeah, this is a short part of the trial. And then we've got a slightly longer version. I think we've got two cross-examinations, and I think that's it of what we're gonna do today. And then we've got an investigation and another trial next week, and I think we might do it depends how long it takes us to do the investigation, but if we do, I think we might just do the investigation on Friday and the trial on Sunday, but we'll just see. We'll just have to see. But yeah. Oh wait, people are back. People are back. I didn't even realize. Okay, I want to look through the other evidence that we have. So we have the notebook page. It seems Fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. Oh wait, we read this. We read this, didn't we? This is what Tracy gave us. Patient's name, Magnified Grimere, age 67, male. Notes, malignant tumor in liver has progressed to final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes and requires regular insulin. And we've got this syringe that was used to administer his insulin. I always hated getting shots. I guess Magnify was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Wait, if Magnify used this to inject his insulin, why are there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. Okay. Unused. How do you spell syringe? There you go. SYRNRINIGE. Unused syringe. Just put insulin. There's a little note to myself so that I remember. And they've got Magnify's letter to Zach. To Tracy's dad. To my beloved student Zach. To you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot 1 shot square in the forehead. You will shoot 1 shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Let's press this statement. You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. So you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valent's quick draw shooter? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialities. There's Valent and there. Looks like a certain someone we know. It looks like Rami Noir, doesn't it? Not gonna lie, I've been in the Ace Attorney fandom like for quite a while, for like quite a bit of time. So there's certain things where even if like it isn't specifically stated in the fandom, I will just pick up on things like that. I'll just pick up on things even if they're not explicitly stated. And I am pretty sure that is Rami Noir. Like, come on, think about it. She's an amnesiac, so she doesn't remember her life before like this accident, before whatever accident she was involved in, before she started. She doesn't, remember before her life as like a singer, basically. So this could very well be Rami Noir. Zack and Valent stand on either side of a girl, then they shoot, but the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their shows. Got great design, huh? The kids love it. Many boys and girls join the police because of that pistol, I hear. That would explain a lot about the police force. Yeah! Troop Mary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held onto that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here it is. Well, this truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol from magic shows, see? But I can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty, and it shows traces of having been fired recently. So were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. Aha! Intriguing point. Well made. Whoa, not well made, not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. We've got this. Looks familiar. This kind of looks familiar. Let me have a look at the court record. Yeah, it looks similar to this gun in the photo. Oh wait, we can zoom in and out. This would make a great screenshot. A great screenshot. A great thumbnail even. Just like, shoo. I don't think YouTube would very much like that. My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. And now it's time to return to our testimony.
Objection!
Let's use this. The trickiest case often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed a bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After you shot the clown in the forehead, you went and did nothing of the sort to the victim. The proof still proves he cannot. The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too.
Objection!
What? I feel like my mic suddenly sounds very weird, so I kind of change my noise suppression up a little bit. There we go. That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Objection!
Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. Ugh. You know, it's so funny to see Phoenix being this kind of more cocky, like slightly more cocky attorney, and like just kind of be like, hey, where's your evidence? When Edgeworth was like that in the first game to Phoenix, and when he was still a newbie. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales. And utter lack of humility. What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, her detective was just the warm-up act. Ugh. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you'll find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Ramirez who shot the victim in the forehead. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll just need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. To be continued. And yeah, we're definitely continuing this trial. So yeah. Okay, I'll have a little. Let's do a 30-second ad. Let's play a 30-second ad, and then we can play. Let's play a 30-second ad while I save, and then we can jump straight back into this trial. The ad should be running in a few seconds. There we go. Ad in progress. Yes, I'll write the slot. And yeah, the trial resumes. Yes, continue on to the next chapter. But yeah, we've got this. I'm gonna do this part of the trial, and then we're gonna end stream and do the investigation, the final investigation and the final trial next week. You know what? Let's just wait until. Okay, everyone's back. Everyone's back. You know, I can't believe we've finished the majority of this. Almost finished the majority of this trial, because we've got final investigation and final trial, and I'm adding a few more. No, man, I was gonna add a few more things to my LBS, but I might have to look a little. I find those filters for my mic to stop it like sounding weird. But I might look at that bit a little later on. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened actually. I do not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened? The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You're scared, Trucy. Speaking of which, where is she? You have seen the problem yourself, the letter. The one shot in the forehead, right? Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? This is something I will not say. For now, at least. What's this for now business? I have done many things in my life. Some well, and some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. We? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bedside two pistols. I thought my dad came into my room then. Two? Yes, the one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Fallon. That's why I closed my bedroom door. I'm gonna go close my room door. There we go. And why do I have 3 discount messages? Never mind. Okay. And the one that had been used by my partner, Fallon. Oh, for the Zack and Valence quick draw thing? My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I could not deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request? Though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? To be honest, I've not always been steadfast. I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy. Was Magnify coercing his discipline so far? Maybe he was. We can't know for sure. We can't know for sure. Just what was going on in Troop Gumere? Yeah, in the end I did not shoot him. Instead I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called? Rifling marks. Yeah, rifling marks. Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you. Concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? Ha! You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Why is my nose so itchy? Oh my god. Thanks. Yes, there's something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? Magnified Gumere? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course the gunshot would have woken him anyways. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Haha, Mr. Wright. Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. It might as well. It might. Zack Gumere. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Or maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I'm in your hands. Right. Let's get back in there. Why is my thing peeking? Court is now back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head. Well, this is news, and the rifling marks. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? I am doing tech stuff. I'm doing OBS stuff to stop my mic from peaking as much. Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production, being the other half of Troop Gumere's famous duo, Zack and Valent. Valent Gumere. Yeah, Valent Gumere. He's getting back in there. So, you'll get to meet the great magnifiers of a disciple. Here he is, without his mustache this time. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valent Gumere, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt. Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait, the shooting took place in the hospital after 11 at night. If you're a witness, does that mean that you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay, I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That looks very familiar. Wait. That's the same letter Zach Gamere received. Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Order! And what does it say? Surely it's not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. It's gonna take it away, isn't it? Why, it's practically the same. To my beloved student Valen, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:20 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. The court accepts this into evidence. This is the most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Gamere up to? By which you mean? Just I'm having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion, Herr Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there's strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gamere, stands accused. Tell us why. I'll do more than that. But where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating, though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point you to the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. Ha 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 ha. Okay. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up. The night of the crime. That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnify requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yeah, a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. The name from the doctor and the police. Aha! But didn't Zach... Wasn't, I keep forgetting his other name. Shady. Didn't Shady shoot the clown and not Valen? So you're the one who reported the crime. Indeed, I would think this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Well, not everyone. Well, maybe not. What was I gonna say? I don't even know what I was gonna say. If I'm being honest with you. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gamere, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Gamere, then the killer was you, Valen. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Cross-examination time. Let's save her. It's this one. It's this one that I find suspicious. Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse. Look, Magnify wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't all so strong. So which is it? Mind if I continue? Okay, that basically gave us nothing. There were two bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You said the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. And this is me trying to figure out how to stop. This is trying to fix my peaking, so this my audio sounds weird. I'm just adding a bunch of stuff, hoping. I'm just gonna set everything back to defaults and hoping that it sounds good. So yeah, no doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed the murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what turns up. Mr. Valent, let me ask you something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? Oh wait, you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zach and Valent quick draw shoot-'em, correct? 1 for each of you. You're well informed, yeah. Only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it into my pocket. I see no problem in that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam, alakazazing, alakaboom. Is the number of pistols really so important? I would say it was quite important, yeah. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Only 1 pistol. But when there 2?
Objection!
According to the defendant, Zach Romero, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead, and he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. But what about Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valiant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Mr. Valiant, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Yeah, Valiant, what do you think of that? Order! Well, this is all rather sudden. What have I done? Yeah, what have you done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry? For what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake I made in my youth? That was just this morning. Yeah, exactly. I'm still young. Yeah, to be fair, he's like, what, 17? Wait, let me check the court record. Do we have it in the court record yet? Yeah, he's 17. He's a baby. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion right now. Valiant Grimere? Yes, Your Honor. You are presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
Objection!
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has been merely has been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Okay. I think I accidentally muted me when I was messing about with the filters. As this next testimony will prove, her right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. Okay, there's no debating that. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as a basis of your alibi, it's easy to explain in this situation, her judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same. The debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. What a rip-off. That's like pretty standard, isn't it? Though, like between 2 minutes and 4 minutes is like, what, a standard song? Magic is a world of the utmost precision. I need to crack my fingers and stretch. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death determined by the doctors, there is an incontrovertible Truth. These games, I swear, love the word incontrovertible. I swear, it's like their favorite word. Other than, you know, foolish. But, you know, that's Francisca's favorite word. That's Francisca's favorite word. We don't talk about that. Very well. The prosecution warns us that if we're dealing with rather precise times. And we can expect the cross-examination. And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope that the defense refrains from its customarily broad sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. Okay, let us save. And let's go through the testimony again. Let us see. What about the time of death? 11:10 p.m. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could this doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death true. I'm not sure I've heard of verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim Magnified Gomere's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnified took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the back to the end. Ah, the needle's been removed. Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. I could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after the administration began. Okay. And so it was, when I, Valen, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Oh, Mr. Wright. Did that seem important? Very important. Well, seeing how it's our biggest clue. How is the biggest clue we have to the time of death? I'd say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. I'll have a look inside you. Did we get the IV? I report. 30 minutes required to administer full IV. From the amount remaining, IV stopped 10 minutes after administration began. I want to press it. But that would make logical sense. Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did I spy a rose drooping and wilted. It's thorn, the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky colour. Your lucky colour? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self, for it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valiant won their first Magicians Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians, I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy, a bust, what day it was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. Might as well delete this limiter because it does not sound good. It makes it sound kind of like shit. My lucky colour, yes indeed, an IV too. I think 'twas huge, especially for me, Valiant. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Valiant sure looks happy with himself. Oh, how about this lucky... lucky colour testimony? What did he say? Yeah, I say it was the huge especially for me. There is a contradiction, actually. It actually sounds like your lucky colours brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Valiant, your lucky colours betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honour, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalised. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. Very well, let's hear the defence's claim. Where's your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valiant has told us? I'm gonna say... Okay, look at the crime scene photograph. Valiant's colour is yellow, but the IV is green. I mean, I don't think it's a normal colour for an IV. Because normally IVs are either like blood IVs, I guess, or like blood IVs, so they'll be red. Or just of regular like water and other like nutrients and like fluids and stuff. So clear. But, you know, we deal. The crime scene tells all you know. The photo of the crime scene. All this talk of colour has me yearning for black and white. Clear cut simplicity. Tell us, her right? Just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure. And I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony? Well, the IV. Valiant Grammere, let's get one thing straight about your lucky colour. It's yellow, yes. Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy? Aren't you, like, older? Aren't you older than... Yeah, you're older than Phoenix. You're 37. Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valiant. Look at that IV bag. Ah! What is this? What foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in taking the taking of this photograph. Alaka, no. This is actually quite a cool little sprite. That's a cool sprite, I must admit. Order. What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin, your witness's mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valiant Grammere, as you reminded us several times, your lucky colour is yellow, but the IV is not. Well, this contradiction can only mean one thing.
Objection!
And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colours now. Ace Attorney. Phoenix, right? Reference. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. What is it, Clavier? Yes, a contradiction. One thing that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree. At a glance, the IV liquid does appear as sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what colour is the bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say it's light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you got green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true colour. I see. The explanation does have the ring of truth to it. But wait. How did you know the true colour of it? As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Yeah! Think about it, Clavier! Use a brain cell. Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Alakazam. Order! Mr. Wright, you explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the colour of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honour. The witness, Valant Gramere, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because he'd seen it before. When facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But outside the blue bag we'd seen in the photo, we saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colourless bag. It is so weird to see the American spelling of colourless. Like seeing the American spelling of colour isn't weird, but colourless, that just looks wrong. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all of this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honour. I'm afraid I've had nothing. So if he knew the IV liquid's colour, leave the getting excited about absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. You're lame, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand when an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right? Well, you're not wrong. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honour, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters a patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight here, Wright. You're saying that the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. No, wait, I said wait. How am I an amateur such as myself as say to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
Objection!
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? Here's a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to the IV to throw off the time of death. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth. Montgomery, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. May I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props. Our props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was, I'm gonna guess, the syringe. The victim's syringe. It's the perfect prop for magically increasing IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it.
Objection!
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Yeah, there's no insulin left in it. Well, Montgomery, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Alakazam! I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. And yet you didn't bear the same grace for us in our first trial, fuck's sake. I'm afraid that, while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much needed investigation work. I see there are no objections. Court is adjourned. Valen? Oh, Clavier. Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise, underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you, in a way you'll never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of IV liquid, but there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it? Nor was the witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Herr Judge. I have enough way to prove my case. With evidence, no less. What's this? This is the victim magnified Montgomery's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magnify began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and the meeting of his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request. Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV had begun at 11 PM. Let's read it, shall we? Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that there's left to mine is to... This does appear to have been written but just before his death. All that's left to mine is to lay down this pen. The court accepts this into evidence. Okay. Read the very last part with particular care. Okay. Let me open it. There's no page in it though. This is the last page. The diary ends here. Huh? What's this? It looks like a page was ripped out. Well now, isn't that interesting? Let me reopen it. Tonight's might be easy, maybe the last. I'd leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. They should away and blah 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 blah. On this left is laid down pen. Why can't you just keep it open for me to read the last page? This journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, who refers to our defendant, Zach Gramere. That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor after all. But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here or it may go on. It may go on. Magnified Gramere intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramere didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends. Because Magnify's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramere. Huh. But there's a ripped up page in it. Order. Prosecutor Gavin. Are you certain that Magnified Gramere wrote this? There's no mistake in his handwriting. Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnified did intend to continue his diary. Yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did, then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramere. Well, how do you like me now, Wright? Still too green for your tastes? He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for our case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial is over. Maybe it's time to show them, for me to show them something, yeah. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? Yeah. You have some evidence that overturns this diary? It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment. Very well. Please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little bit more decisive. Show some evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... this notebook page that Teresa gave us. First, take a close look at this diary. Note that page has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I didn't notice that at all. That's why we're still here talking about it. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. I don't believe it. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnified Gramere. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. See, Fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. So, what in Samuel? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Yeah, come on, Clavia, you couldn't have overlooked that. Oh shit. Oh shit, we have an ad in a few minutes. In like just over 3 minutes. Note the torn edges of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnify's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain all this means? Her attorney? I was going to say her forehead then, because I'm used to calling Apollo her forehead. The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gomera left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valiant Gomera. No. No. The handwriting too matches that on the other pages. This is without a doubt the genuine article. Order. But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Wright? Resist what? Presented solid evidence? Her judge. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. My request we put the current cross-examination on hold. The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I asked only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of evidence to give. 5 minutes. No more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we will have to hear his new testimony sooner or later anyway, so it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. It's... Wouldn't trial no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. If I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony, a judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are the witness, I gather? Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. Yeah, he's our victim. A painter, and you're somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah. I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh yeah, I mean, I made it. You what? You made it? Yes, you might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gomera. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney. It was set up. It was set the fuck up. Please. Please, he was set up. Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right? Witness, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? He was your client. That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without doubt, this is mine. Mr. Wright, you've just presented illegal evidence to this court, my court. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Oh, well, bye. Here. What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright. Yes? Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime. No one hears out then. And presenting it in court, a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. But he didn't know it was fake though. Fatal too. Perhaps to a client at it fair. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, I've seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Psssttt? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. He disappeared. Mr. Enigma. The defendants escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigma, aka Zach Ramirez, did not just escape from the courtroom. He literally, unbelievably, vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day. This is the Ramirez miracle. Oh my god. No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial magician Zach Ramirez vanished along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. To be continued. And that is going to be the actual end of this stream. I was going to end after we did the first end of the trial of Apollo, but we did a whole last trial with Phoenix as well. And next we have quite a decently long investigation that we get to do next Friday, and if we have the time to do it on Friday, then we'll do the trial. If not, we'll do the trial on Sunday. So anyways, guys, anyways, that is the end of this stream here. Hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you guys next Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Yeah, I probably won't stream tomorrow, to be fair. I'm in uni on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next Friday, and let's go raid Tater, who is playing a bit of Overwatch 2. Let me just pop out Tater's chat, and yeah, let's raid Tater. Let's raid Tater Queen. Let's put the raid one / raid Tater Queen 89. Oh shit. I accidentally put hashtag next to her name. 20% answers. There we go. So I hope you go enjoy Tater's stream. I'll announce I'll announce when I'm live on my Twitter. If you've not got notifications on for here, put them on. If you don't have notifications on, it's maybe best to just follow my Twitter. Anyways, my Twitter or my Instagram are like the best places to know when I'm live. Mainly my Twitter, my main Twitter account, at Nutella Poppy. That's like the best place to know when I'm going to be next live. I have my stream schedule on there and stuff like that. That's like the best place. Or just join my Discord, Twitter, or Instagram. Best places to know when I'm next live. And the VOD from today will be up on Tuesday, and I uploaded the VOD from Friday today. So yeah, my new VOD schedule is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be my new VOD upload schedule it's going to be like 2 days after I stream it. So Friday streams will be uploaded on Sunday, and Sunday streams will be uploaded onto YouTube on Tuesdays. So yeah, anyways guys, bye bye. I'm going to see you guys next Friday for an investigation. Bye bye guys. Bye.